Today on the Star Wars Show, we check out the brand new trailer for Star Wars Jedi Temple Challenge. Anthony sits down with Ahmed Best and Mary Holland. We celebrate the Empire Strikes Back by looking at some of your favorite quotes and much, much more.
Hello and welcome to the Star Wars Show, a Star Wars show that's still celebrating the Star Wars Online team's 5 Webby wins this year.
But it's not just the Webby wins we're celebrating the third Emmy nomination for the Star Wars Show. This time for our Star Wars Animals Trench Run sketch. And we are celebrating the debut of a brand new working from home technology developed in-house by those wizards at Industrial Light and Magic.
Wait, what? We're
That's
debuting
right.
new tech on the show?
You know it?
So what is it?
Okay, so get this. We can turn ourselves into anyone we want, anywhere we want, as long as it's people we know in or around their home.
That sounds underwhelming.
Underwhelming. Yeah, right. Watch this. Hi, I'm Janina Gavankar. I know Batman and Green Arrow, and I've been on 3 vampire shows.
So the tech is just you making Janina lip sync your words over a video?
No, this is very complicated tech.
Janina, if you're being forced to lip sync in a video, blink twice. No? No?
I'm sorry. I just thought it would be fun to beef up a beginning of a show with, a debut.
Yeah, we are actually.
Wait, what?
What? How? You're not Good Morning America.
We've got connections. That's right. We've got the worldwide debut of the brand new trailer for Star Wars kids game show Jedi Temple Challenge starring Ahmed Best and Mary Holland. Check it out.
Okay, and then after this, Andy, if you could just call me because we really need to catch up.
Yeah, it's been too long.
You can do that here.
Oh, no, we can't. This is girl talk.
Yeah, I'm intrigued both by the girl talk and the trailer. Roll it.
For generations, the Jedi Order have been the guardians of peace and justice in the galaxy.
Now, Padawan teams must endure 3 challenging rounds of Jedi trials to become Jedi Knights.
Go!
From the strength trials on a distant world
Keep going.
to the knowledge trials aboard a Jedi Star Cruiser,
Your answer is correct.
Yes.
only one team will have what it takes to enter the Jedi Temple,
Use the Force!
face the mysteries inside,
Here's the circle plug.
and prove their bravery to become Jedi Knights.
You got this. I believe in you. Go, hurry. Push in this red.
Will the Padawans be tempted by the dark side? Or keep their minds focused on the light side of the Force?
May the Force be with you always.
Now,
There's only one thing for you to do.
This is my favorite part.
Punch it! Don't give up!
Trust in the Force.
By the right of the Council, by the will of the Force,
Yeah!
it's time to face your Jedi Temple Challenge!
Oh my goodness. That is amazing. That is amazing. I cannot believe. Oh, hold on a sec. Ahmed Best. What's up,
What's
buddy?
up?
How
What's
are you,
happening,
man?
I'm very good. How are you?
I'm great. I was just watching the trailer for Star Wars Jedi Temple Challenge. This thing is wild, man.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It was great. It was great fun to do. It's wonderful to be back in the Star Wars universe, especially in Jedi robes. It was so much fun, man. It was really fun.
Yeah, it's wild. I think about you at this point as you're one of the elder statesmen now. You've been part of Star Wars for 20 years now, man.
Yeah, man, 20 years. I could spin quite a yarn now about the Star Wars universe. But yeah, man, I'm an OG.
It's really interesting because aside from that few minutes there in episode 2, this is the first time I'm seeing your beautiful face, really.
You know, I had to get in there one of these days. I knew I was going to get in there and make sure everybody got to see me for longer than a split second in a bar in Attack of the Clones. So yeah, I slid back up in there.
An interesting thing about being connected to Star Wars the way you are and being connected through a character that is an alien is you get to be both of these characters at once and they don't kind of conflict with with each other. How did it feel to kind of come back as a totally different character?
It was cool, especially since, in Clones, when I did that little cameo, which was Anthony Daniels' idea completely. I was supposed to be my day off.
Yeah.
And Anthony Daniels grabbed me and he was just like, no, we're going to be in it. Let's go. And you could see Anthony in that scene as well. But I kind of loved what happened after that, which is like people kind of created this lore behind that character. I really love that. And that's one of the things about Star Wars fans that I dig. Like, as soon as a character shows up, all of a sudden people want to know history, people want to know backstory, people want to know where and when in the timeline that person comes in. So doing Kelleran Beq, this new Jedi, what excited me the most was where the history was going to go. Who was he? How is he going to be a part of the Star Wars universe in a way that created these long-lasting stories?
In your mind, are these two characters are connected?
Yeah, I mean, there was a couple of things, me being a fan.
Yeah.
And the guys who created Jedi Temple Challenge, Scott and Mickey and all of those guys.
Never heard of them.
Steve, no idea who they are?
No.
They're great guys. One day I'll introduce you. But when those guys came to me and asked me to do this, I was really excited that they allowed me to kind of flex my creativity with the character as well. And they let me name the character and come up with a bunch of history and mannerisms and, choosing colors of lightsabers. And what I tried to do was I tried to tie in Kelleran Beq to a bunch of different histories in the Star Wars omniverse. And one of them was tying him to the character that I played in Attack of the Clones, which was named Ahmed Beq. And so Kelleran and Ahmed are related. I'll leave it at that.
Okay. So you're coming back as a Jedi, which has got to be exciting. Mm-hmm. I heard you got to build and design your own lightsaber there too.
I did.
I
designed my own lightsaber. That was great. After going to Disneyland Galaxy's Edge, my son built the lightsaber at Galaxy's Edge, and I really enjoyed that process. Like, it's like a thing. It's very dramatic. And we were there, and my son got really into it. And, when you're a kid and Star Wars comes out, it's larger than life.
Yeah.
And he got to have that larger than life experience. And it really kind of got me into like the whole building a lightsaber thing. So when they were just like, you can build your own lightsaber, I didn't take it lightly. I kind of got into it. I took it kind of seriously.
That's amazing. I loved it. Another thing that obviously everybody in the Star Wars universe gets is a droid to come along with them, a droid or two to help. And you have one as well. Can we talk a little bit about your droid coterie sort of that follows you here?
Yeah, I don't know if AD follows me as much as if we are just really good friends. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of times, like, hold on.
Mary, you were right. We set him up. I set him up to trap him, and you were right. He's too nice. He said you were partners.
I'm telling you, he's too nice.
So first of all, Mary Holland, welcome to being part of the Star Wars galaxy.
Thank you. I'm so excited. What an honor. I mean, it's really a dream come true.
You are a droid here. You and Kelleran run the Jedi Temple Challenge together.
That's right.
Can you tell us a little bit about your character?
Yeah, so 83 is Kelleran Beq's droid companion, and she's got a great sense of humor, is envious of Jedi powers because as a droid she has none. And so she's always very aware of Kelleran Beq showing off what he can do with the Force, and she tries to downplay it because she can do a lot of cool things too.
Yeah, what do you think it is about Jedi? Why do they like to have these droids around that are a little snarky towards them and kind of like to take the wind out of their sails a little bit? Why do they like that relationship, do you think?
In my opinion, it grounds them. They have somebody who isn't so in awe of what they do that they lose all sense of reality and aren't able to consider other perspectives. That's my view as my role is I'm here to like ground and keep things moving and keep things flowing and also understand the Force a little bit more myself.
I'm going to agree with that. I think the grounding aspect of the droid Jedi relationship is a big deal. Jedi are revered so much by so many people in the galaxy. It's good to have a friend that can tell you like it is and be honest with you without having any kind of reverential fear or shyness.
And what I love about that relationship, and the way you two get to play it is, obviously there are things that are scripted, there are things that have to go off. This is a competition show. There are things that have to happen at certain times, but you have so much time to just goof around and play around and comment on things that are going on with each other. And it really seemed like y'all fell into goofing around with each other real easy.
Yeah. It was really fun.
Most of the time as an actor, my whole thing is just to be available and to listen. And I really like it when I can just chill and let somebody kind of take over. And Mary is just so funny and such an incredibly quick wit and mind that I just had to just yes and everything that she did. It was very easy and very fun.
The feeling was very mutual, Ahmed. It was very easy to play off each other, and there's a very fun dynamic between 83 and Keller and Beck. There's a lot of fondness there, but still like light jabs at each other. It was so fun to fall into that together.
I mean, you had this entire world. I mean, it was an entire soundstage, this set. It really seems to call back to sort of that heyday of like 80s and 90s big production kids game shows, that sort of golden age of that. But it feels entirely Star Wars. It looks so different. It feels so different. What did it feel like to kind of walk in and see the temple and everything for the first time?
It's exciting.
Yeah.
I spent a lot of time on Star Wars sets. So walking onto the set, it really felt as if the same amount of attention that was put on this game show is the same amount of attention that's put into the movies. And I think what really made it come alive is when the kids walked out there, immediately they were in Star Wars. And when you see that and you see them light up, it makes us light up, right? And it made us get into the gameplay even more. The kids believed it. They were all 100% in. A couple of them walked in and was just like, this is a dream come true. I can't believe I'm here. And you are immediately put into that Star Wars universe. I think kids are going to love it.
The production design was so brilliant. You felt like you were stepping onto a different planet. You were just fully immersed in that world. As a kid, it's really exciting to see yourself represented in a game that is put together so thoughtfully. I think that's such a magical thing, and it's going to be so cool for kids to watch other kids do that. It's going to be really exciting.
You are the Jedi Master, you are the droid, you're the guardians of this temple. It's your job to make sure that they're trained. And, when the cameras were rolling and these things were happening, watching you be these, we're cheering you on, but we're being impartial because this is your training. And then the moment anybody called cut, I could just see Ahmed the dad's face be like, I just want these kids to win.
It's so true.
Very much that. I was just like, come on. I know I was very stoic, but I was like, jump a little higher. It was very difficult to watch the ones that didn't get to the next stage. The thing that's also wonderful about it is when they don't move on, the message is go back to the beginning and train more. It's not you lost, get out of here. So there's a lot more lesson in not moving on than there is moving on, right? It's just like, no, you can do this. You just have to jump back in and train a little more. So I really like that message.
Well, this is very exciting, and we are just about a week away from seeing this thing, right? June 3rd, yeah?
Yeah.
June 3rd. We'll get that first episode on Star Wars Kids on YouTube.
Excellent. So yeah, Star Wars Kids on YouTube, StarWarsKids.com. Ahmed, Mary, thank you so much for coming by. I can't wait to see more of Jedi Temple Challenge.
Set your harpoon. Follow me on the next path.
Copy, Rogue Leader. Activate harpoon.
Just hang on.
Got him.
I see it, Wedge. Good work.
I'm back. What'd I miss?
Oh my God, so much. Ahmed Best was here. Mary Holland was here. We talked about all kinds of things. We're very good friends.
Yeah, right.
Okay, yeah, right. How was your girl talk?
Oh, it was great. We just played the old board game.
What? I love that. I'm so jealous.
Yeah, you should be.
Working from home is wild, y'all.
It is. And the Star Wars show, much like the rest of the world, has been working from home for the past few months, but it wasn't always like that. In fact, our beautiful copy room studio is still standing in Lucasfilm, just waiting to be used again.
Luckily, we got to sit down with the man who not only created that set, but almost every other set you've seen me or Andy host from, as well as one of the sets from the upcoming Jedi Temple Challenge. Check it out.
I'm not going to say your bar is low, but you guys are pretty easy to please. My name's Ryan Brett Puckett, and I am a production designer. Production design encompasses figuring out the aesthetics of film or commercial or series, whatever you're working on, and deciding all the pieces and things you need to get together to make it look the way it needs to look, either based on the script or the themes and how you feel is the best way to visualize that so it makes sense for the viewers. Production design has given me the opportunity to work on feature films, commercials, and various series, and through that I've happened to get the fun opportunity of doing the design for just about everything you see here at StarWars.com. I started working with the Star Wars Show and StarWars.com after creating a recreation of the original Cantina for a small series of videos, and they ended up seeing it, liking it, which then became a centerpiece of Star Wars Celebration in Anaheim. And through that, we started working together more often. One of the first sets we started with was this Star Wars Show set that's around us right now. After that, we created another interview set down in Los Angeles. From there, we had Science and Star Wars, just about every interview with the cast and crew from all of the films. We try to do an interesting take on a piece of each of those films so that the actors have a cool, beautiful place to hang out and chat about the films that they've done. We've also created the sets for the Star Wars Kids channel, and then one of the most fun ones very recently was we did the final trench run scene from New Hope, but with baby animals, which is the only way to make that scene better. I think one of my favorite projects that we've had a chance to work on, we designed the spaceship Athilia for Jedi Temple Challenge. I think me and the crew had the most fun doing that one because it was a chance to do something that hadn't quite been seen before, wasn't directly pulling from any specific references, and we just got a chance to build the inside of a Star Wars spacecraft. None of this stuff that we've created over the years would have been possible without this amazing crew that we always work with, and a lot of just the aesthetics of what is Star Wars. They bring a ton to the table that makes that work every time. Without them, it would have been impossible. So it's amazing having such a great team of talented artists. Getting a chance to work on these jobs with StarWars.com and the Star Wars Show is always like a fun, challenging experience. I think anytime you get the opportunity to play in the Star Wars sandbox, it's just this huge field of possibilities that just has a very distinct feel to it, unlike anything else. And getting a chance to dabble in that and run with different themes and put our own little twist on them, it's kind of one of those adventures that you'd never think you get a chance to do, and as a kid seems impossible. And now that we have this opportunity to play with those things, it's just really gratifying.
Hello, I'm E.K. Johnston, author of the brand new Queen's Peril, which comes out June 2nd. It is another story about Padme Amidala and her handmaidens. This time she's queen, this time bad things are coming, and this time she has 2 great new looks. Queen's Peril also deals with the lead up to and the actual invasion of Naboo from the handmaiden's point of view, which was hinted at in Queen's Shadow, but not really discussed, and I get to go through it in this book, which was terrifying but also really exciting. Cool things that happen in this book include, but are not limited to, a boy band concert, some very awkward hallway meetups, climbing down steep objects in the dark, and, you know, taking back your planet. Typical stuff. You know, girl stuff. Typical girl stuff.
Luke.
Father.
Son, come with me. It is your destiny.
R2, you don't know how to fix the hyperdrive.
Can you believe it's been 40 years since The Empire Strikes Back was released in theaters?
I know, right? Time flies.
So what was it like seeing it in the theater?
Oh, man. Well, it was 1997. Crazy times, I tell you. I had my Orbit soda and my Tamagotchi, and I was walking down to the theater.
No, man. I meant the first time in 1980, Grandpa.
Wow.
I'm sorry, I love you.
I know.
I tease because I love you.
And speaking of other quotes from Empire, let's take a look at some other favorite lines from The Empire Strikes Back. First of all, how dare you?
You again? Yes.
I love you. I know.
Son of Skywalker must not become a Jedi.
Ooh, or do not. There is no try.
What is thy bidding, my master?
Are you stuck up, half-witted, scruffy-looking nerf herder?
Who's scruffy looking?
Celebrating 40 years of The Empire Strikes Back, my favorite quote, I love you. I know.
Well, there you have it. Another month, another supersized Star Wars show in the books.
As always, remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel, follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, and as always, may the Force be with you.